A seismic shift is underway in global power dynamics, and most people barely noticed. At a high-stakes security forum this week in Tianjin, China, two of the world's most influential leaders, President Xi Jinping and President Vladimir Putin, laid out a joint vision that could redefine how nations interact on security and economics. But here's where it gets controversial. They're openly challenging the established U.S.-led order and pitching an alternative that some see as bold progress, while others fear it could stoke new rivalries. In opening remarks to over 20 heads of state at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit, Xi Jinping argued that member countries should harness the advantages of their mega-scale market. In plain terms, he urged them to use their combined populations and resources to boost trade, investment, and collective bargaining power on the world stage. He highlighted cooperation opportunities in energy projects like cross-border pipelines, infrastructure development under the Belt and Road Initiative, scientific research partnerships, and cutting-edge fields such as artificial intelligence. Xi described the SCO as a model for a new type of international relations, one that abandons zero-sum games and instead promotes 1. Equal and orderly multipolarisation, meaning no single country dominates global decision-making. 2. Inclusive economic globalization, so that developing nations don't get sidelined. 3. A fairer global governance structure, where rules and institutions reflect a wider range of voices and interests. And this is the part most people miss. By positioning the SCO as an antidote to what they label Cold War mentality and bloc confrontation, Xi was taking a clear swipe at recent U.S. trade policies, including steep tariffs that have hit emerging markets like India hard. Just last week, India faced a 50% levy on some of its exports to the U.S., prompting concern among New Delhi's businesses. On his side of the stage, Vladimir Putin applauded the SCO's revival of genuine multilateralism. He pointed out that members are increasingly using their own national currencies rather than the U.S. dollar for mutual settlements, a move that could reduce dependency on American financial systems and Washington's geopolitical leverage. According to Putin, this currency diversification lays the groundwork for a new system of stability and security in Eurasia that, unlike Eurocentric or Euro-Atlantic structures, would consider the interests of a broad range of countries without letting any single power secure its safety at others' expense. For newcomers, the SCO began in 2001 with just 6 Eurasian nations. Today, it boasts 10 permanent members, including China, Russia, India, and Pakistan, and 16 dialogue partners or observers from Central Asia, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia. At the Tianjin summit, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi joined other Global South leaders in a show of solidarity. In fact, Modi's visit to China marked his first face-to-face talks with Xi in 7 years, signaling Beijing's efforts to mend fences with New Delhi and stabilize one of Asia's most volatile relationships. Xi also announced fresh financial commitments, 2 billion yuan, around $280 million, in free aid for SCO members this year, plus 10 billion yuan in loans through a dedicated SCO banking consortium. Meanwhile, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, speaking on the sidelines, praised China's fundamental role in upholding multilateralism. So here's the big question for you. Is this emerging bloc a pragmatic step toward a fairer, multipolar world, or could it simply create another axis of contention? Are these partnerships a genuine counterweight to current global structures, or a repackaging of old rivalries in new uniforms? We'd love to hear your take. Do you agree with Xi and Putin's vision, or do you see potential pitfalls? Share your thoughts and spark the debate below.